Well, hello everybody. How are you? This is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I'm going to bring you a video tonight. It's a very easy technique and probably, it's been around for a while, so you've probably seen it. It's just my take on it. And we'll be doing that in a minute. But first of all, I just wanted to say don't forget that it's celebration time for Stampin' Up. And you can earn free products out of the Celebration catalog. The new mini catalog is in effect, and it will stay that way until December. Lots of holiday stuff and that. And also, I just want to tell you that if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be able to help you with that. And all you have to do is contact me through here. You can go to my online store, which I will show you I'll have all of that stuff when I face my camera down that you'll be able to find. And then if you would like to become a demonstrator, I would love to have you join my team. Right now they have a special, $99. You get $125 worth of stuff that you get to pick out of the catalog yourself. You don't have to stick to what they want. You get things that you want and you think that you'll use. Plus, you also get a free kit. And so you get a little bit of extra right now when you join during the celebration time. And I would love for you to take advantage of that. And I'd love for you to take advantage on my team if you would like to join it. And I'd love to have you. So if I can do anything with you about that, just let me know, okay? I don't think I have anything else. If you see my shirt and it's wrinkled, if it looks wrinkled to you, I'm sorry. Because I went up and put on my pajama shirt and stuff because I thought that I wasn't going to do anything. And then I thought, oh my goodness, I forgot to do my video. So now I am going to do that. I'm looking over at my computer. I want to make sure that I have us in focus as I do this. So let me just grow this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, everything looks good to me. I think I'm ready to start. I am going to turn my camera down. When I turn my camera down, if you wouldn't mind to share my video, just so some of the other maybe stampers that you know, or somebody that might just see that video out there somewhere, just if you wouldn't mind to share it, I would love it. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video. And of course, if you don't, thumbs down is okay too. But if you do that, please leave me a message and tell me what you think it is that I need to do better. I would really enjoy that. So anyway, close your eyes if it bothers you, because I am going to turn my camera up as soon as I get my cord untangled. There you go, poor people. I'm going to have to find a better way to do this someday. But for now, this is it. And there we go. We are in focus pretty well. As long as my camera stays where it's supposed to stay. Which can be a pretty hard time. So there we go. We are in focus. And what we're going to do is called Twisted Ribbon. I am going to be making this card right here, the one with the green. And I stamped on the inside with the Blackberry Bliss is what I used. The paper pack doesn't call for that, but to me this looks like Blackberry Bliss, so that's what I used. I used the same, out of the same paper pack for both. I'm going to be showing you what I used. This is out of the Celebration catalog, the paper and the stamp set. It's called Wonderful World. And it is right here. It's free with a $100 order. I love the flowers. And then we have the papers right here. And I will show you those papers and that. But I used that, and I used the little rose. It looks like a rose to me, flower. So we're going to be using that. Here's the paper. And the paper is really, really pretty. In fact, the paper is what sold me on to get that, with my order. So here's the one we're using right now. It's this right here. Isn't it pretty? Let me turn it back around. Okay. That's what we're using today. And then this is what I used on the other card, on this card with the Rich Razzleberry. And then the other pages are, let's just pull this out a little bit so you'll be able to see them. Let's go like this. There's pink on this side, the flowers. And of course we get 2 of every page. So, and then this one has the little flowers I think are so cute, and that's both of them. And then the little flowers on the dark background. That's the one we're using. Here's the one I almost used, was the yellow striped with this right here. I think that's really pretty. And then this one has the big flowers on it. And those you could easily cut out. There's no dies to match these, but you could easily cut out the flowers. And then here's the other one that I used. So anyway, they're really pretty flowered papers. Be great for like anniversary cards, wedding cards, get well cards, just different things like that. So there would be a lot that you could do with it. So with all that being said, here's all of my information that's gone all crooked on here. That's all of my information. It has my store, my online store. It has my email address. Of course, my YouTube, but if you're already on YouTube, you don't really need that part. My Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, where I always put my PDFs, which this is the PDF for this card. It has the picture, what I used, and how I did it. So it's all the instructions that you can do for that. And then it has my host code for this month. And that is my July host code that you can use at my store if you decide to shop there. And I would be very much appreciative of that if you do. And if you would like to join, you can also go to my store and join. And just make sure that it says my name when you do that. So, with all that said, I am going to show you this card, and we're going to get started. I want to move this card here out of my way. If you need that, you can screenshot that. I also want to tell you on this card here, I use the Peaceful Moments, which is with Deepest Sympathy. And I also use the Beautiful Shapes dies. Had never used this one before. And if you can see, I'll get the one that I've cut out already. It has some embossing on it, and you can see the lines on that, I hope. And here's the die that was for that. And then I used the next size die, which looks little, but that cut out the With Deepest Sympathy that I put on there. So that's the dies that I used. Really, really liked them. First time I'd used that circle die, so, you know, now I'm going to get stuck on that. And I did some little bit of embellishments and stuff like that. Now, on this card, I actually used the Pretty Flowers embossing folder, too. And then, this, of course, the stamp set. So I did a little bit more stamping on here than I did on this one. But that's okay. That is fine. We don't have to stamp everything. DSP does a lot of work for us. If you are not from Stampin' Up! And don't know what DSP means, it is Designer Series paper, and that's what we call it. It can come in 12 by 12 sheets, or it can come in 6 by 6 sheets. It depends on which paper it is, because they do have both sizes in our catalog. And talking about the catalog, if you don't have a catalog and would like one, just please get a hold of me, either through my email that's on here, or leave it in a comment, and I will get a hold of you, send it through Messenger on Facebook or whatever. So I hope if you've wanted this, you took a screenshot of it, because I am going to move it out of our way. So I took my card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored it 4 1/4, and folded it in half. So that is going to be our card. So what we're going to do with that, and I'll go ahead and do it first, is I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper here. And I'm going to stamp this with Versamark. So let's get the Versamark pad out. And we're going to use the little rose looking stamp. And I'm just going to stamp As you know, that's kind of like a gluey pad, so you gotta kind of hold it down when you stamp. And I am going to go ahead and go around the base of my card because I want it to I'm going to bring it in here and in here, and then I think I'm going to take it and just turn it this way, just so if anything else would show, we have that stamped a little bit. And so that is my stuff done with the Versamark, and I'm going to clean my Versamark really quick because I do not want all of that gluey ink type stuff left on it. Plus, we're going to be using it in just a second, and we need it to be clean. So we've got that done. I'm going to go ahead too, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp the inside of my card now. So that's a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of paper. And I'm going to use this side because I want to demonstrate on that other side in a minute. My pad is a little juicy. That I don't care about. I don't know if I did it or what, but it's juicy. So I'm going to take and just stamp this in the corner here. And I'm going to sit it here because I want it to dry because it is juicy. And I don't want the, put it inside the card and the ink get all over. So we're just going to sit it right there on top and let it dry for a minute. And then I'm going to get out the circle. We're going to have all of our stamping done first. And I'm going to get the With Deepest Sympathy. I'm going to ink that up. And then just put that in my circle. I hope my head's not in the camera. And I hope I'm on the circle. How's that? Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Okay, let's close that up and get that out of the way because that would be just like one hard mess. And I'm not ready for messes like that today. Just don't want a mess like that. So let's get the ink off of this and get it out of the way. And then we're going to do our technique. With our technique, what I've got here, and I'm going to lay this and this right up here too for our card. So what we're going to do, we have a 2 inch piece by 5 1/2 inch piece. Now you can use it wider, 2 1/2, whatever. I chose 2 because I wanted my card to show over here. I just thought the 1/2 inch, I just wanted more of this to show, more of my card front. So I cut it down to 2, and I like that really well. But you can cut it the size you want. You could do a whole card front. You just have to cut your strips bigger. Now for this, what I did was I cut my strips a 1/2 inch by 3 inches. That way I have enough room on each side. I know that's waste. But going at a diagonal, you tend to need a little bit more paper. So that's how I'm going to use it. But before we can do that, we're going to turn this back over. And I'm going to line this up because every square is 1 inch. So these little dot marks are 1/4 inch marks. So that's a 1/4 inch, a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and then 1 inch this way. Same way going this way. We're going to go down. So if you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/2 inches is our piece of paper, which is perfect. That's what we want. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my pencil. I put it back over here. How about that? So I'm going to take a pencil, and I want the one with the white just in case. And I'm going to mark every 1/2 inch. So I know that the top part is, you know, the starting, then here's a 1/2, then here's a 1/2, and so on and so forth, and go down. So what I can do is just take it every 1/2 inch I'm making a mark. Whoops, almost forgot one. So, and you don't have to really worry, your marks probably will not show. When I get to that, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to put my paper exactly where I had the other one. Second mark this side, and I'm going to just do the same. That way, you can use a ruler and a pencil if you want, and just mark every 1/2 inch. So when we're in our last one, we don't do another one because that's the 1/2 inch there. So we have all of our little tick marks, which is what I call them. And I'm going to take, when I do my card, I'll be starting at the top, and I will come down to this first mark. Now, another thing that you can do is, because you can see I'm still at those 1/2 inch marks, when I start at the top, if I did not have, say, let's turn it over a minute. If I did not have those tick marks there, I could start this at the top and then just bring it down to the second mark. And then I could pick another one up, start it at the second mark down here, and bring it down to the second mark right here. So, you know, we would just keep doing that. But I choose to make the tick marks so that my paper doesn't move on here and I don't get it all messed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my craft mat in case I get glue all over the place. It'll be on my craft mat and not on my work surface. I've tried this with the Tombow. I've tried it with the Stampin' Seal and with the Tombow green glue. You know, the one that's in the green bottle. I still like that one best because I have a little bit of room to move, and I like that idea. I like this okay, but once you get it down, it's down. And I like to have room for mistakes because I tend to make mistakes. So this is going to go right in between this one and down to this first mark. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put glue on the back of my strips. I'm going to take, and I'm going to, because I know I'm covering this right here. Let's get my glue working. It says it doesn't want to work today. It worked too much earlier today. It's not going to work. So I'm going to put my little thing down there and make sure there's no blockages. Try it again. You know, you're always afraid to squeeze too hard because you never know what you're going to get. But I'm going to squeeze in my garbage can. There we go. I got it. It's working now. Don't know what that was about. But anyway, I'm going to bring this down to this first mark. Okay. So I'm going to lay this over where I want it over my, right at the corner, and bring it down to that first mark. And that's the first one. Now the second one, I'm going to come down to the next mark in between those two. And then right here's this mark, and I'm going to bring it straight down to there, okay? Because I know I want it in that area. It takes 12 strips to do this, 6 of each design. So I'm going to put that right there. I'll do the next one, and I only glue as I'm going because I don't want to stick my fingers in it, which I can sometimes do. I got lots of pieces here. Okay. So I'm going to bring that down to there. Whoops, there we go. That one looks fatter than the other ones. That's a sturdy 1/2 inch, I guess. We'll call that one. But it's not going to matter in the big scheme of things, so I'm not worried about that. If it got a little off. And as you see, I'm going from left to right as I do this. So I'm going to put that down. And then on my last one, I'm going to do what I did at the top. I'm going to fill that in a little bit, and I'm just going to come over here a little bit, not all the way to the edge. I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to put it at that last mark, and I'm going to bring it down to the corner. And when I press on that, hopefully that glue will spread out and hold that down. So that's how I have it. So now what we're going to do, we're going to leave this sit the exact same way. We're not going to move it. We're going to start with our flowers. Now when we do our flowers, we're going to go from the right to the left. It's going to be backwards. We're going to start at this corner, and cover that, and come down to this edge like this and match the corner. I always have to look at this. No, I'm always get that one wrong. We are going to bring it to this corner to that corner, okay? So that's how it's going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue up here, and I'm going to come straight down to the edge of that paper, right at the corner, because we want to put this one to match in that corner. And this is going to come, and these two corners are going to connect. That's what we are wanting to do. Now see, I got that a little off, so now I can move it. Once you get this one on, then you'll be able to tell the difference when we get to the last one. I want that to cover that up. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to bring my next one, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue from here down to here. Am I right? Yes, I'm right. That was like a little brain fart. That's what I call them. So I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to line it up right in that corner to this corner. Whoops. Something's not right. I did the wrong corner. That's okay. I can leave that one there. I can take another one. Actually, I did this one wrong. I am so sorry. I hope I can get it up. And I can. This one goes from here to here. And I always get this wrong. So I'm going to need a new piece here. I might have to redo this whole darn card, guys. That's why you don't want your glue right there, because it's going to make a mess. So let me put a new piece here. Nothing like messing up on camera, is there? That's what I'm good for. So that goes like that. Then we're going to take a new piece. This is why I always do this piece first. It's going to go from here to the top, like so. So I'm going to add the glue and go to the top here. And we are going to match that and go straight to this corner. I will put an embellishment on that so that that doesn't show when I get done. Because, you know, there's always room for an embellishment. Now, let's see if I can go from here to here. Yes. Well, that was a slight mistake, wasn't it? Oh, well. That's what I get. I do better if I do these cards earlier in the day. So I'm going to go with that mark up to... And I will have to put an embellishment up there because I do have a mark that paper is just... I might put my With Sympathy up there. I'm going to do the same down here. We're going to go from there down. So I'm going to put my paper from here, matching it right at those corners, down to this corner. And by the corners, I mean I'm matching this corner right here. And then when I come down, it'll be right here to this corner. I don't want to overlap, you know. I want it to be corner to corner, to have those edges. So let's do this one. I did enough of this last night. You'd think I'd not make any more mistakes doing it, but something about doing this paper just... And once we get it trimmed up, it'll look much, much better. Okay, let's push that up and do this last one right here. So it's going to match right there. And then come down and match right here at this bottom. Which, I didn't get the glue all the way down there, so let's do that. So it'll hold at the bottom there. There we go. Okay, now it looks awfully funny, doesn't it? We're going to take scissors. We're going to turn that over, and we're going to just trim right here at the edge of our white cardstock. Come on. That piece got stuck and made it heavy. So, you guys got to stay with me. You're going to see how I fix my mistake. Because who doesn't make mistakes in stamping? I don't know. I would like to meet the stamper that doesn't make a mistake, but everybody I talk to says they make mistakes. Maybe they're telling me that so I don't feel so bad. Okay, so now I'm going to trim this one down. Get this edge trimmed. And then I'm going to trim this up on this side. You know, I could, because I do these videos and I tape them before I put them on YouTube, I could start another video and not let you guys know the mistakes I made. But I think everybody needs to know that we all have moments where mistakes are made and we can stop, start over, get a new piece of paper, whatever. But then there's always that you can go ahead and figure out how to just clean that up a little bit. You know, I always have said, and I've taught stamping for 20-something years, and my motto has always been, there's no mistakes in stamping, It's an embellishment opportunity. And I think that's what we have here tonight. And I see just a little bit of glue that I don't like on there. And I know you all know that if I didn't have this glue eraser, I probably couldn't live, because it's just like my best friend. It is my best friend. There we go. And I don't like shiny glue on my cards, so I'm always trying to make sure I don't have that. Let's put this up. We have this now. What we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to add this to this piece of 2 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. So let's take that and we're just going to bed it up to the top. And I can't see the top because of a shadow, so I'm going to pick it up and do it. I'm going to make sure it's all down, and then I know this white's going to hang over just a tad. Drives me crazy. So we are going to cut that off. And it's just like a sliver, but a sliver is enough to drive you crazy. There we go. So that is that. And then we're going to take and we're going to bring it over here and we're going to put it on our card base. Okay? So we're just going to glue it. Nothing fancy. Just glue. Just some glue. And then as I do that, I am going to go ahead and put in my inside too. So we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. Move those big scissors out of my way. I only use big scissors when I'm cutting on the back of stuff like that. So let's take this, open up our card and put it on the inside. That way we brought our color into the inside of our card. Gives it a little bit more personal look. Okay, with this, I used dimensionals, and I'm going to use the dark dimensionals on it just because that's what I've been using with that darker paper. So I'm going to put 3. And I'm going to peel them. I just trimmed my fingernails today, so. And this is going to go right in the middle of this circle. And then what I'm going to do, because I have that mistake up there so that I take away from it, I am going to put my deepest sympathy up there. But I am also going to use the dimensionals on that because of the hump of this paper. It would really show if you just glued it flat. It would be a little lumpy. So I thought, well, I'll just dimensional all of it. So we're going to bring this in. It's going to go right here, and nobody will know anything else about my mistake, except for all of you guys watching it. So see, that is at the top, where that one's at the bottom. And then I'm going to bring in some embellishments here. I just have the regular rhinestone gems, the basic rhinestones. And I'm going to take a couple of them and I'm just going to put it under that sympathy. No big deal with that. And that's all of those that I'll be putting on that. That is a done card. Now, I know we had mistakes, but we covered it up. We've done good. It'll all be okay. And that's why I want to say, whenever you make a mistake in stamping, you know, don't say, oh, I got to throw this away. You don't have to throw it away. Find a way to embellishment, whether it's to add another stamp to mat over top of it. You know, if you want to stamp something, put over that. Ribbon, you know, regular jewels or something, you know, things like that. And go ahead and just cover it up so that you don't have to waste a lot of paper, especially if you're halfway through your card being done and you don't have anything else cut and ready for it. You want to be able to just move forward. And so that's why I'm showing you my mistakes, because, you know, we all make them, so why do we want to hide them? So there are the cards. There's the two I already had done. Here's the one that we did. So I hope you enjoyed the cards, and until I see you next time, everybody be blessed and have a great day or night or morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this. Bye.